to SOP, guys. I'm glad y'all came back. We appreciate it. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe, all that good happy horse stuff. But if not, thumbs down. It's all good. I hold no grudges against nobody. That being said, today we're going to take a look at the VOTATU PMD504. This is replacing the one we originally were asked to get. So, yeah, I already cut that. So why? In package, you get a cleaning cloth. You get an assortment of screws. You get a destruction manual. Well, they call it a user manual, but I say destructions. Looks pretty well thought out. Lots of little pages here, so it gives you plenty of information if you're unfamiliar with getting one set up. Your free food that I don't recommend you eat. Matter of fact, it says don't eat, just throw away. Ooh, I just made my coffee. You got your coffee, right? I hope so. This will come. Need a crowbar. Oh, let's take this guy out first. That way we can peel and pull and maybe, yes. We have wrenches and a battery. So we have a spare battery. Stick that back in the box so we don't lose it. We got our adjustment wrenches, which we do not need at this point in time. We have a screw pack and destruction manual, throw that over there, and a rag over there. So let's take a look at this guy. Now, from everything I've read and checked into, this appears to be a relatively decent, relatively decent little optic sight, or red dot, I should say. Notable features are the battery is removed from the side here instead of underneath or on top. That allows it to have a little bit smaller of an overall footprint. Although if you've been checking out Red Dots, you know that they can do it on both top and bottom. I don't care for the bottom ones because you have to pull it off to change it, and that means you have to reset your zero. I'd rather not reset it if at all possible. Of course, this isn't for me, this is for somebody else, but going through my personal preferences here. It does come with a Picatinny rail mount, which we will be removing. I've already chosen the proper tip in my little Strabito toolkit. And with a simple, there we go. So if you have, let's say you want a backup sight for your AR or other rifle, you can mount this on a pick rail on a 45-degree cant, so you can use your scope. Scope fails, or the object is closer than that you know your scope's good for. You can just turn sideways and hit this, and go back to long range, short range, long range. You get the drift. But we won't be needing this little guy. Ouch! Too much stuff under desk. Gotta make sure I don't unplug anything either. I will throw in some B-roll here real quick of the different settings, the different reticles. This does have a few, and while we're going through that, it does have your normal windage and elevations. Nice thing on this is they do have an arrow on it, where some do not have arrows, they just have the dials, and you're left to guess if you forget your instruction manual. Up here, right here, you've got your on and off, up and down, and cycle through your different reticles. Again, there's your battery. Now, the thing about this guy is when it's mounted, some of them have a flat face here. As you see, this has got a little bit of a hood. It allows, and we're just going to use this practice round to illustrate, it allows so when, out of my way, casing's ejected, it hits here instead of hitting the glass itself. So that helps protect your glass, which I like, and apparently so does the other guy. And I've already got my fingerprint on it. Oops, I'm gonna have to clean it. So seeing as how YouTube is really cracked down on showing how you mount things on any kind of item, no, not any kind, but you know what I mean. I can't show you me mounting this, but I am going to show you what we're mounting it to, just in case you've all forgotten. Set that aside. As you can see, clear. Anyway, that's going to go on here. We do have our thread Loctite just to make sure we're good. And so this is Glock 26, and we'll be back in a few. All right, so I forgot to mention a minute ago, the size screws, they give you 3 632 by 0.37. They give you 3 440 by 1/4, and they give you 3 M3.5 by 0.6, as well as the ones that are for the Picatinny rail. So they give you a couple screws, basically one extra of each, which is nice. That way if you have to have one back out on you and lose it, you still have a spare, and without having to go shopping. For the cost of screws, they probably could have added a few extra in there without hurting their bottom line, but it is what it is. All right, so here it is. And one of the nice things about this, you know, as well as protecting it from casings coming back and hitting your glass, is you got an extra way to grab a hold and work your slide. So I got it all tidy. I gotta have to clean it for him. But yeah, I think it's a pretty decent little sight. Time will tell. From the reviews I've seen on it, it looks pretty decent. I've seen nobody truly complain about it. There are people that express concern over this battery door sliding out, but it's not exactly easy to get out of there. I can't do it with the fingernails, so. Plus it does have a little rubber O-ring around it to help seal it from moisture. That also helps kind of lock it into place as well. So it should not, theoretically, unless of course you monkey with it a lot and wear out that O-ring, then you'll have to replace it. I will recommend the gentleman work on getting suppressor sights on it, because yeah, when you line up the red dot, and I can't show you right now, it's really difficult to, with every angle of everything at. And I line up the red dot with the back sight, because this does have a sight of its own on the back. So if you have a suppressor height sight up front and back, they should all line right up and line right up with your red dot as well. So if I get a chance, I'll ask him to let me go to the range with him, and we'll give you some test footage of this and this. So until next time, be safe, God bless, and we'll see you around. Peace.